So we know the man as Thor, the God of Thunder, but can this actor, Mr. Hemsworth, still transition to other roles? Let's see. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for tuning in to my opinion/review for Extraction on Netflix. I really do appreciate it. And if this is your first time finding me, please consider subscribing. And if you like the video, go ahead and give me that thumbs up because it helps me out a lot. Extraction, which is streaming on Netflix. When I did the trailer reaction a number of weeks ago, I was very excited about it, starring Mr. Chris Hemsworth. Check it out right now, guys. It's on Netflix if you haven't already. It's being directed by Mr. Sam Hargrave, and I haven't heard of him before this title right here. Now, Sam has worked with a number of other individuals that we know in the main Hollywood world, like the Russo brothers, who did Infinity War, Endgame, all that good stuff. Sam Hargrave, excuse me, he was a stuntman and on all those films in the MCU, and so he does know what he's doing as far as the action is concerned. As far as him directing films, he doesn't have that much under his belt. Other than a number of short films, which I have not seen. If you have seen them, please let me know what you think in the comment section below, because just getting straight to the point, guys, actually, before we get there, let me tell you what this movie is about. In an underworld of weapons dealers and traffickers, a young boy becomes the pawn in a war between notorious drug lords. Trapped by kidnappers inside one of the world's most impenetrable cities, his rescue beckons the unparalleled skill of a mercenary named Tyler Rake, Chris Hemsworth. But Rake is a broken man with nothing to lose, harboring a death wish that makes an already deadly mission near impossible. Now, like I said, getting straight to the point, guys, to go ahead and watch this movie because you have nothing else to do with the quarantining at home, because you will have a great time. If you're just going into this movie to say, hey, I just want to see a bunch of people kick a bunch of ass, that is exactly what you want to get. This is the perfect movie for streaming at home if you just like action, adventure, and a whole bunch of ass kicking. Chris Hemsworth does his thing as the mercenary, Mr. Tyler Rake. It's even funny that his name is Tyler Rake because he actually kills somebody with the rake in this movie. And I really have to give it to the director, Sam Hargrave, because what he was able to do with the camera in this film was phenomenal. You're going to hear a lot of people try to compare this to John Wick, and there are a lot of similarities between the film when it comes to the choreography and just the non-stop fighting. But in a way, this film Extraction takes it a bit further, because the John Wick franchise, that was shot primarily at nighttime, but majority of this film is done in the daytime, especially with all the fight scenes. I mean, because they really are breathtaking. And it's not only that they are choreographed well, a lot of the times the director is just using that one shot, that one take, when he's filming these scenes. And like I said, they are choreographed very nice. There's also a car chase scene that is somewhat kind of in the middle, towards the beginning of this film. And it's a decent car chase scene. We've seen better in a number of films, but it's just what the director was able to do with the camera, with that one shot, with that one take, zooming in and out of the car, spinning around, and just, it never breaking. It makes it just that much better. And it takes an average car chasing scene, and makes it something, much more, spectacular that you'll appreciate and wow at, and, all that good stuff. Now, as far as the plot is concerned, it's pretty straightforward. Like I read earlier, they're somewhere overseas. And I think it's India. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's just this important boy that's being put in between these drug lords, and Chris Hemsworth has to come in there and save the day. And that's just basically it. He has to go in and save him and get him to point A and to point B. And it is a war that he has to go through. I mean, he does get beat up, and it is believable. I mean, the guy is not Superman. He's not Thor like he is in the MCU. I mean, this guy does bleed, if he takes a punch or a kick or a knife wound or a gun, he's gonna feel it. And I liked the way that was conveyed in this film. Also, people are comparing this to John Wick. I like Keanu Reeves, you know, but is he the best actor in the world? You know, it's not, but you know, he does what he needs to do. As far as the film asks him to do, this film Extraction asks Chris Hemsworth just to do a little bit more, and that's where you know, those films do differ. I mean, Chris Hemsworth, in my humble opinion, is a better actor than I was going to say than John Wick, than Keanu Reeves, and that shows in this film. Now, of course, this is not chasing after any Oscars, or I'm not, you know, saying that's the best performance ever, but I mean, I'm just saying, when Chris Hemsworth was kind of just down in the dumps, you know, looking for that death wish, you know, I just kind of felt sorry for him. You know, it wasn't just ironed out as completely as it can be, but you know, I felt for him just a little bit. So I mean, all around, guys, it's a great film. I really didn't care for the ending too much. The character got the ending that they needed, but I wasn't satisfied with it. I wanted a little bit more in the end. They kind of left it ambiguous for you to decide yourself. So I'm not going to rate this movie. I mean, I could. If I did, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. But I definitely think that you should watch it. Maybe an 8.5. But I definitely think you should watch it. It's great fun. It's only about 2 hours. It's on Netflix. So check it out. But guys, that is just my opinion. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Help me out. And also give me that thumbs up if you liked the video. And also, guys, just look me up on social media. You see it right there. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget to always chase your dreams, because I'm chasing mine. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.